A furniture showcase allows students to test out what could be their future sofas and beds. Crystal Energy and tarot readings taught students how to do self-care while giving them peace of mind. This and more. I'm Gabby Shelton, and your news starts now. The furniture showcase took place Wednesday, and students filled the former Math Plaza to see what housing had in store. They were able to see, test out, and vote on their favorite furniture, from beds to sofas and storage. Our Cassandra Castillo has more.
I'm Cassandra Castillo with Mocs News, and I'm here at the furniture showcase in the former Math Plaza.
There's a lot of different furniture on campus, and we've realized there's a lot of older furniture where South Campus has newer furniture. And rather than just picking it out myself, I felt it was important to find out what students like.
Housing and Residence Life set this up for students to pretty much test out furniture.
Part of having a good experience at UTC is being comfortable in your space. So that's what we're striving for. We're trying to find something that's comfortable for the students, that's durable for our maintenance staff should anything break, and that's something that's a little bit more contemporary than what we've seen in the past.
We have around 8 vendors, and students just get to pick their top 3.
I feel like I got some type of control over what bedding and what living room suite I'm gonna have.
New furniture will definitely bring in more students and allow them to want to be able to stay on campus because they'll enjoy the visual representation they have in their household.
There have been over 100 students within the first hour.
Everyone seems to be enthusiastic and appreciative that we're asking their opinion, so that's a success all in itself.
I like the pull-out things on them. It's nice because I can have multiple computers set up on it, so I can put one there, one there. I like the high loft bed with the extra desk space on that left side. The chair was really comfortable. I don't know, it's just a good overall design, clean, sleek, futuristic, modern. I like it.
What we're going to do is we're going to start cycling in newer furniture over the next 5 to 7 years. So we should see some new furniture, like Lockmiller will get new living room furniture this summer, and then we're going to get new bedroom furniture in UCF on the parts that have been completed. We'll get some new furniture over at, trying to think of the other building, Walker will get new bedroom furniture. So we're just kind of slowly putting it in. We'll do some bedrooms and some complexes and some living spaces in other areas.
Keep an eye out for that if you're still in UTC in the next coming years. Reporting from the former UTC Math Plaza, I'm Cassandra Castillo.
Lunar New Year takes place this Saturday, and many Asian nations are ready for the festivities. The Asian Student Association had their own event Wednesday in Lepton Hall. ASA leadership discussed its significance and traditions.
So the prediction for this year is that it's going to be full of innovators and visionary leaders. And so this is a great time for everyone to explore new opportunities and everything. But the challenges of this year, it's supposed to be very the energy from the dragon is supposed to be very intense and impressive. So remember to balance self-care and to always weigh your options carefully. So some of the traditions of Lunar New Year are cleaning your house before the New Year so it can get rid of all of the spirits that may be there. Red envelopes, so the children, or the elderly, both the children and the elderly get red envelopes with money in them to wish them good luck in the upcoming year. And then there's also traditional lion dances where performers mimic a lion's movements to bring good fortune and to chase away the evil spirits.
I'm not Asian nor am I part of this organization, but I think it's important overall to kind of spread cultural ideas. It's important for especially Americans to be informed about certain cultural aspects like this. I think the Lunar New Year is really important for basically the entirety of Asia because the Lunar New Year, it's a time to spend time with family, and then the presentation said, clean, give gifts, stuff like that. So it's a good thing to recognize within the UTC community, I think.
also another thing is that when you are like interacting with people, with your community, of course there are going to be people who celebrate that. And if you just know like, oh, this is just something they celebrate, it's kind of like you don't want to really know about that person, because that, like Lunar New Year is very important to a lot of people. It's important to me. I celebrate it every year. And just to, like, it's just nice to be educated on the people that you might be interacting with and with your community, and that makes like a much tight-knit community. Lufton is kind of like the place where a lot of people go just to even study, and so if when people just stumble in, they can see our events. That's why it's more open to the public that way. Instead of people being like intimidated to come in, they're like, oh, I'm not really Asian, I really don't know if I should participate in this. But when they see other people having fun in Lufton, they're like, wow, I want to do this too. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it makes it a lot less exclusive and a little bit more open.
A Brooklyn-based sculptor, Adam Smith, recently installed his work titled Sarcophagi into UTC's campus. Located across from the University Center stands 3 sculptures that resemble sleeping bags. They are crafted from resin, catalyzed urethane, steel, fiberglass, and marble. The Institute of Contemporary Art states that these were made in 2021 in response to the global losses during the COVID-19 pandemic. Additionally, the ICA notes that these sculptures harken back to a time of elaborate burial rites where embalming a body in stone could preserve it for a millennia. Be sure to take a look when walking through campus. Court for Jason Chen, accused of murdering Jasmine Pace in 2022, was held Monday. His attorney argued that evidence was taken by Pace's family in 3 different instances and should therefore be suppressed. Her mother, Katrina Pace, having taken phones, a tablet, notebook, and anything she thought could help someone find her. Her father went into the apartment on one of the 3 instances and found Jasmine Pace's ID. It remains unclear how the pair got into Chen's apartment, having gone before the search warrant was officiated on November 27, 2022. The next hearing will be March 15th. The mother of a school shooter was convicted of 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter in connection with her son Ethan Crumbley's crimes at Oxford High School in Michigan in 2021. This novel case is the first of its kind where a parent of a school shooter is held responsible. The father of Ethan Crumbley is scheduled for trial next month. The couple is said to have ignored the signs of their son's troubled actions previous to the shooting. Ethan Crumbley pled guilty to murder and was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. On Sunday, an $118.2 billion legislative package rose from the Senate and was voted to advance on Thursday, 67-32 in favor. The aid package includes $14.1 billion for security assistance in Israel, $60 billion for Ukraine's war against Russia, and $10 billion in humanitarian assistance for Gaza civilians, the West Bank, and Ukraine. It also calls for stricter immigration laws. Despite it going on for months, for now, many Republicans have called for changes in the bill. But if it manages to pass the Senate, it will still have to face the House, where even more Republicans completely oppose it. Hungary remains the only NATO member to refuse alliance with Sweden. Western officials remain confused by its decision-making because Hungary did not raise formal objections. However, it delays ratification for 18 months. Monday, the governing party boycotted an emergency session where they were to vote on Sweden's accession. Turkey, one of the last to accept Sweden into NATO, approved last month. Sunday, 8 counties in California were under a state of emergency. Despite having Hurricane Hilary last year, California is seeing a particular type of atmospheric river. This time around, a large channel of moisture in the sky, up to 375 miles wide, also known as the Pineapple Express due to its Hawaii origin. This airborne river has triggered mudslides, floods, power outages, and is worsened by El Niño's warming pattern in the Pacific. Students seemed to have a wonderful time on Chamberlain this week. The weather felt great. Let's head over to Noah McCory for next week's weather. Noah?
Thank you. Rain will catch up to us this weekend with a 63% chance today and an 87% chance tomorrow. It'll still be warm with highs in the 60s and lows of 56. This weekend will reach 63 with lows in the 50s. Once the weekend begins, the temperatures will drop at night to 36 on Monday and low 30s throughout Thursday. Despite the sun coming back on Tuesday, the weather will decrease the highs at 54, followed by 58 on Wednesday and Thursday. That's all for weather. Back to you guys.
In their first full semester, the Karate Club has seen much success, led by Mr. Bradley Reynolds, Dr. Ethan Carver, and Reynolds' senior karate do student, Megan Matthews. Reynolds and Carver hold rank in Ishinryu Karate Do, emphasized by vertical punches and low kicks. Advanced students practice Wadaru, focused on striking, footwork, and throws.
The mission is just to spread Karate Do, right? The mission is to help people become more knowledgeable about this excellent art of self-defense. But obviously it's more than self-defense, right? It's history and it's culture and it's appreciation of other cultures. Everybody's kind of at a different spot in terms of their development. But we just welcome everybody, and as long as people keep coming, we'll be here and we're going to be teaching and trying to help people get better with their skills. I just don't want people to think it's all about fighting. That's the big thing that I would like to get across. It's so much bigger than that. It's so much more than that. It's camaraderie and it's friendship and it's courtesy and respect and the development of spiritual quality. I call them spiritual qualities like discipline and perseverance and that kind of stuff.
We have a bunch of different experience levels. So we have beginners, we have black belts, and so really anyone's welcome to join the club. You don't have to have any prior experience, and that's what honestly makes this such a good opportunity.
People see us in here doing some crazy stuff. Nothing that crazy, but just different. And people are like, oh, what's that all about? And they're coming in and they're trying it, and some people love it. Other people come in and try it and they decide it's not for them, and that's okay. It's okay, but we're going to be here no matter what.
Come give us a try.
Yeah, come give us a try, and whatever you do, right? If it's karate, if it's whatever you do, pursue it with passion and practice excellence, and just keep striving and don't give up. And you will do well. That's true of karate, it's true of life, it's true of everything.
You can visit their Instagram at UTC Karate Club for more history and on the martial arts and information on Open Dojo Tuesdays at 7:30 and classes at 8 p.m. Congratulations on celebrating women in sports.
Thanks, Gabby. There's a whole lot more of sports this week. The women's basketball team is still undefeated in the SoCon. Hello, I'm Sharday Van Zandt, and this is your UTC Sports News. The UTC women's basketball team traveled to Birmingham, Alabama to take on the Stanford Bulldogs Thursday night, pulling out a 55-39 win over the Bulldogs. Thursday night's win was the 41st meeting of all time between the Mocs and the Bulldogs. UTC now leads the series 30-11. The Mocs entered the week as one of the 11 teams in the NCAA that are undefeated in conference play. UTC will look to continue this trend as they travel to Macon, Georgia to take on the Mercer Bears Saturday at 2 p.m. After a long weekend road trip, the UTC men's basketball team survived yet another Southern Conference match. The Mocs traveled to Lexington, Kentucky Thursday night to take on VMI in a hard-fought battle, coming out with an 88-84 victory. The Mocs earned their 5th straight Southern Conference road victory and look to clutch another win under their wings this Saturday against UNCG at 4 p.m. UTC softball is back in action. Softball traveled miles away to take on number 21 Louisiana in the season opener for both teams at the 38th annual Louisiana Classic. Although the Mocs fell short 21-2 Thursday evening, we are We here at UTC are excited to have softball back in action. The Mocs return Friday at noon Eastern Time to take on Cal in the first meeting between the two teams. Live stats will be available online at gomocs.com. UTC men's tennis with 2 victories under their belt this week. The Mocs defeated a pair of in-state opponents on Sunday afternoon, downing Tennessee State 5-2 and Sewanee 6-1. The Mocs will look to build on its back-to-back wins with 2 more matches hosting North Alabama on Friday and Belmont on Saturday in non-conference action. The Chattanooga Mocs women's tennis team earned its 3rd straight win after picking up a 6-1 road win at Eastern Kentucky inside Greg Adams Tennis Center in Richmond, Kentucky, Sunday afternoon. Following an outstanding week for the Chattanooga Mocs women's tennis, junior Rosalia Donalova has been named the Southern Conference Player of the Week. The league office announced Tuesday afternoon. The Mocs will host a match against UNC Asheville today at 2 p.m. before traveling to Lipscomb for a 2 p.m. matchup on Sunday in Nashville. As a fellow woman in sports, I must say I'm proud of these ladies. Wrestling fans, let's pack out the MAC. The final home weekend is here for the Chattanooga Mocs wrestling team. The Mocs will take on Presbyterian Friday night before Appalachian State Sunday afternoon. Tonight is also a special night. The Mocs will honor 5 seniors graduating this spring. They include Logan Andrew, Logan Ashton, Lincoln Heck, Braden Palmer, and Matthew William. This is always a bittersweet event, saying goodbye to a group of seniors. However, this one hits a little closer, said Coach Kyle Russell. It has been a great week for all of UTC sports as we also celebrated National Women in Sports Week. That's all for today. And remember, go Mocs. Back to you guys.
Student Support Services held an event on Thursday called Heart and Art. Let's take a look. Many students came to paint the evening away and were welcomed with many canvases, paintbrushes, and an assortment of colors to choose. They also had a table full of Valentine-themed snacks and drinks. Students had a relaxing and fun evening. SSS will have more events coming later in the semester. This past Wednesday, the Center for Wellbeing hosted an event that takes a mythical look at a student's life. Crystal Energies and Tarot Revelations was held at the Mocs Recovery Lounge. Interested students could take home 3 crystals that reflect different positive emotions and properties. Students could also partake in a tarot card reading that put a new perspective on their past, present, and future. Of course, students had the chance to hang around and chat up fellow students. Event host and graduate assistant Cynthia Fallowfield stated that the event was done to draw more attention to the Recovery Lounge. She also thought unique events like this could help students find a deeper understanding of their mental health.
Yeah, I think it gave students a creative way to maybe form a new perspective, and whether they just enjoy the mysticism of it or if they really drew meaning from it. It was a good way to draw a new perspective.
The event was a big success, so a similar event is likely, so keep an eye out. Taylor Swift won her 13th Grammy this year, and that can only mean one thing. Since 13 is her lucky number, she revealed that she has a new non-re-recorded album coming out titled The Tortured Poets Department. She said if she was lucky enough to win a Grammy that night, she wanted to share a secret with the Swifties, and lucky she was. Swift's album Midnights won Album of the Year and Best Pop Vocal Album. She also released the track list for The Tortured Poets Department, which features Post Malone and Florence and the Machine. Swift is now in Tokyo performing her Eras Tour. She just doesn't stop. Campus Climate Survey is out in your inbox. Your feedback provides information on how the university can better services at UTC. The first 100 students to complete the survey will receive an $8 Starbucks voucher. Each week, 2 students will be added to a raffle to win Apple AirPod Pros or Sony WF-1000X M5. The survey closes February 26th. That's all for Mocs News. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to keep up with us on our Facebook and Instagram at Mocs News UTC. See you next week.